But mention, man, Shep makes this drink. It's purple, Barney vibes. And we don't know what Shep put in this shit, but we do know that niggas drop like flies whenever they drink this. And it's a creeper, man. This kind of drink, it don't hit you right away, but she definitely creeps up on you.
It's definitely a purple juice messing with you.
Yeah, ain't no type of way, but I be wanting to know. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, what you put in that purple juice, man?
See? Oh no! It
Man,
done got
he-
it. Hey, bro.
Shep was intentional about this purple juice, y'all. This purple juice will have you getting caught up.
But now we about to talk about that jank. You ready to talk about the jank?
Let's go, King. Let's dive in.
So now we're talking about like the thing about being humble. Mm-hmm. With that, I never really had a problem with the word itself, but I also believe it has to be accompanied with something. You know what I mean? Like if you're humble, that's for like it's a position. Like it's not a being, it's a position to be in. And it's not to always be just like that, but it is a way of being, because like you can't learn anything unless you're humble. If you're not humble, then you already know it. You're already going forth in it. And it's almost into a slight point of submission type of thing, and like being in place, and like and I when we was rapping, just because we've already talked about it, like it is a place of like taking yourself out of the equation. You know what I'm saying? Where you're not important. And like the thing that happened with me with that, you know what, bro? You right, because I want you to be able to see, because like I already know where you at, and I want you to spit your stuff, and then I start coming to tell you what I'm talking about, because because like
Shep funny, man. So last night, Shep invited me, and I'm always gracious and thankful to be around my brother. Last night we kind of started getting into a conversation, which led us here. So he said something very, and I feel like let me just say, I feel like a lot of times when you hear cats say the word like humble, it's like this cliche thing. It's like the thing to just say. But I wonder if niggas really know what's being suggested, or what are you putting out when you use a word like humble. Like last night he was like, yeah, bro, I'm so humble. And I'm just like, nigga, I ain't humble. I'm not humble at all. And the reason why, because I'm big on anybody who follow me on social media, man, you know I'm big on how things come across. What language are we using? Because the language gives the onlookers or the readers it's supposed to give an understanding of what it is we're trying to convey. So when I heard Cat say, I heard people in the area, particularly a lot of our artists say, you'll tell them, man, you just killed that shit. And they'll be like, oh, thank you, I'm so humble. And it's like, just tell me thank you. Like, what is up with this need to say humble? Because here's the thing, y'all. I had never looked up the word humble. But here recently, some months back, I looked up the word humble. And it's literally to have a low regard of one's own importance. And I thought I had to sit with that shit for a minute. And I think it's a context sometimes when people say it's a framework that should be coupled with this idea of being humble. But just being true to definition, nigga, I'm not fucking humble. I do not have a low regard of my own importance. When I enter a room, I know exactly what it is I bring, and I know what I do for any situation I attach or I hitch my wagon to. But I want artists to be careful. I was talking to a artist that's from Detroit, but she moved here. I ain't gonna say her name, but this is my baby. She's a bomb-ass singer. If she watching, she know who I'm talking about. By the way, she's tall and she has beautiful legs. Hey, bae.
Just go ahead and tell everything.
But she and I were talking one night, and she was telling me about a song. We were sitting in her car, and she was telling me about a song she was gonna introduce. And then right after she played the song, she started talking about all the shit she didn't like about the song. And I'm just like, what is this thing we do versus sitting our dopeness? We kind of critique our shit right away. You know what I mean? She started talking about everything she didn't like about the sit. And I just said, hold on. Sit in your greatness for a minute. You dope as fuck. And she was just like, yeah, you right. Yeah, I am right. You're dope as fuck. And we don't say that shit enough. I was at a White Wall session. Shout out to Uncle Joe Kelly. White Wall Sessions, I met this guy. and we all went around the room and introduced all the artists. All the artists had to introduce themselves, and one of the guys got up on the stage and he was like, you know, man, I'm such and such. I'm a rapper, and he was like, I'm dope as fuck. I'm a good ass rapper, and I was like, damn, that's the shit I be wanting to say too. I be wanting to say shit like that, but it's just like, and so when it came time for me to introduce myself, I was like, I said, damn, I said, brother, I looked at him off the cuff, and I was like, bro, I really appreciate you saying that. We don't give ourselves the permission a lot to just say, I'm fucking dope as shit. I really am though. And it's a joy to be around me. Like I'm getting chills telling y'all that shit. Like
I get happy
and
telling
when
you about me.
I get joy when I yeah. But like I was like, I'm Brian Kenneth.
He said,
and I said, y'all,
to me.
and I said, you know what, y'all, I'm a really good singer and I'm an excellent performer. I'm engaging. Cause I work at this shit. I spend my time at home perfecting notes, being a better singer. I might grab a banana from off my table and go out of my front room and perform. Like I've worked to assert myself a certain way, and I encourage encourage other artists to do the same. Like get away from this need to say you're humble. Like and what is it that? And then you got to ask this question: why do people want us to say we're humble? Like what need do you have me? Does it make you feel better that now that I said I'm humble? You know what I mean? Like what need is it that you need to identify as humble? I just don't agree with the word humble, y'all. But here's the thing. I am grateful. I know that gifts come from God. God has entrusted this thing with me, and it's going to reach the people that I'm designed to reach. But, bitch, I ain't going to call myself humble because I ain't humble. I'm dope as fuck.
See, like, can I say some words?
And
now,
you
bro?
are too. Only you can prevent forest fires.
And that I believe you supposed to have, because me and bro was talking earlier, and the thing was crazy about it is we've known of each other for a minute, but like we've never known that like we've been within very close network of folks that we've been very like close working with. So like my reality when it comes to like performing and music and stuff like that, like bro, it's common. It's common. Like to be dope is common. Like
Yeah.
you're not almost not. I won't say not recognized, but it's gonna be like you're not a part of the tribe. Like you don't got the blood in you. You know what I'm talking about? Because like if you're not good already, that's the thing. And like I understand that I have to be humble because like at any given day, like what I'm trying to do or the person that I am.
You have to have a low regards of your own importance. You know, you just told her about that, right?
Yeah, I do. I do because like my importance means nothing, and like I didn't even want to go too fast to this right here. I started music because of a dude, Pop Smith and Jason Smith. It was Jerry and Jason Smith. Both of those guys are gone. But like when it came to like where I'm from Columbia, but my family, like from my father's side, is in Hopkins, South Carolina. Like as far as how I know how to carry the instrument and the importance that these men carried in that area, like they passed on, bro. And then like the importance and the relevance of you is just memory to those who were able to connect with you. And those guys were some of the humblest folk that I know, but the dopest cats, and they have created a sound that's been like shaking up everything for a long time.
So just let me know, is that now the recipe for greatness? You
I'm not
gotta
talking-
attach humble to your shit,
But
and you're
what I'm
gonna
talking-
create masterful shit.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like as far as because like what we're doing is we're creating vibes, but we're also building relationships with folks. Like
Do we have to be humble to do that?
not in every sense.
Can I just be appreciative to be sharing space with? Like tonight, here's a good example. I'm seriously, bro. I'm big on words and what they
And
what
I'm
they
listening-
mean and
I'm
how they
listening to
resonate.
you, bro. I mean-
Tonight, I'm appreciative to be in the room with Brandon Roberts. His work, his name precedes him. I'm grateful to be in the room with Antoine Shepard, dope musician, amazing ears. You've created. Look at what you've created. Look at what you've done. Your body of work. But as I'm appreciative to share space with y'all, I also know that when I open that door and walk into your house, it's a vibe that follow me. It was like it was all what?
It's supposed to be.
All
though.
my people, they
It's supposed to be.
came in the room with me. I came in, I came in your house and I threw my shoulders back because you know what?
That's
I know
who you
who I
are.
assert myself a certain way.
That's who you are.
So, are we humble or are we appreciative and grateful for what it is we possess, what it is God has given us, and are we? And I'm appreciative to the people who bang with me, like a video I just did from the Quiet series. When we had a vocal cipher put on by a cat named Journey, AJ.
I was watching that.
One of the dopest vocalists ever. In that room, I thought we all posted our own videos, and that video blew my mind. But it didn't blow my mind because I posted a snippet of me doing butterflies. That video went on to get 2,000 plus likes, 30 something plus shares, and upward of close to 300 likes. And in that moment, I said, "Whoa, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about." I always knew I had it. I always knew I had it, and so. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying, but I hope that shit makes sense to y'all.
Can I say some things on that? Because like,
Yeah.
all of that stuff is relevant, bro. But like, all of that stuff don't matter.
Y'all heard it. This is why me and Twan argue.
Nah.
Twan will take you right here and bring you back.
Nah,
all of that
because
shit was relevant, bro.
we had
All that
to,
shit don't matter too.
Cause like we ain't God.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm
Brandon, get this nigga. Don't be his friend,
I'm
dog.
sorry, guys. I'm Jerry Springer. You know? I'm in the middle of all of this
Like,
shit.
bro, like, but we ain't got, cause like the thing about it, like all of that stuff is fine and dandy, but like for me, for everything that you said, bro, that is immaculate. But to me, that ain't enough. That ain't nothing, cause like we're talking about like but also. And that's just from my perspective.
We shouldn't see no.
Hold
man.
on, bro. Let me finish my shit.
Okay,
though.
man.
Like what I'm saying is that like I am never going to tell you that you're supposed to be not humble. I am a humble bro. That's who and what I am. If we got martial arts in life and your style of what you're doing is working for you,
Yeah.
that's what's working for you. My path is totally different. Like
Yeah.
you may not have to ever be humble. Me, I've understood that like what happened to me is I have a crazy gift. And it blows my mind like every day because I don't know what it is that I'm doing. But also with that, people see that. I don't be really seeing that. I'm just not becoming secure a little bit in the stuff that I have. But what happens to me, which creates me to be humble, is me at the low spot that I am, he puts me with the greatest niggas on earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, my exposure to people is like the greatest people on earth. Like, you know what I mean, bro? I had to go up there thinking I was, like, coming out of South Carolina, playing the organ, and then I had to go to Norfolk State, and, like, I wasn't with the cats that was just starting to play the organ.
And meet a nigga like Junebug.
No, bro, like, the thing about it, I have so much love and respect for
Who's amazing.
Junebug. He is beyond amazing. But, like, nah, I'm talking about I had to sit there on the organ next to Carl Haywood.
Woo.
Like... I'm humble.
We love you, Dr. Haywood.
Bro, I don't know how to do that. And then he put me next to all of the top musicians in the world. When I was on tour with them, just now learning how to get outside of my country, South Carolina chords, that's who I had to play up against live in front of tens of thousands of people. I'm humble, bro, because, like, number one, I know that I by myself did not get here. But do I also know that I brought something to the table? I don't take away from that. And like you're supposed, what I'm saying is the pride. What you're talking about is the pride that you carry in yourself. You supposed to carry that, and I'm not gonna tell you that you are supposed to be humble. If you don't feel like you're supposed to be, you're gonna walk your life like that, and you're gonna get like however that, and that's the decisions that you're gonna make. But me personally, on how I carry mine, I'm going to be humble. I'm going to still walk it, like, well, especially now, I'm going to walk in the room as I am, knowing who I'm accompanied with something.
And can we
you know
move
what I'm saying? So, like, I can't act like my gifts, my ability, because when I hear stuff, I don't know where that come from. I know that I'm connected to God, and he, like, give me something, and, like, I know it come from that. I know that I have people who I've been inspired by, that I didn't create too much of none of this. You know what I mean? But I do know that the stuff that I do when I do, you're not gonna tell me what I'm doing ain't dope. Like if I mess up, yeah, I mess up. But you're not telling me the stuff that I'm doing is not dope. It might be different and you ain't heard it before. But you're not gonna tell me the stuff that I do is not dope. But I'm not gonna like say
Purple Punch,
That
Purple
purple
Punch got
juice,
Brandon.
dog.
Brandon stuck, man. Brandon like looking at us like, nigga, what the fuck y'all
Y'all
talking?
niggas talking about being humble.
I want to listen.
Humble, not arrogant. We talking about being humble.
Right. But this is the thing too, though. I feel like, bro, honestly, I feel like there can be two things can be. There are several things that can be true of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Having said that, I do think there's a balance there. And again, like I'll go back to what I said. I feel like context and framework is everything.
Yeah.
Because the way Shep just set that shit up, it does make sense. Also, I'm still not humble. But I will say this. One of the reasons I started to speak and pour into myself and started to unpack these words that I have been hearing from other artists and that I've been told to, this is how I'm supposed to be for so long. The reason I started unpacking that shit, because the more I fed my own self, I needed less of it from you hoes. And you know, y'all know I use word like hoes, like from it's a term of endearment, really. Thoughts, hoes, I love words like that, man. But when I started seeing what Brian Kenneth brought, it was less affirmation I needed outside of myself. What I figured out, found everything I need is already in me. So if you never say you dope again, that's some shit I just already know. You know what I'm saying? I know that. Like, and to some people it's a bit much, but I'm gonna tell you, like I told my brother last night, I work to be this person. I've been the underdog. I've been the understudy. I've been the nigga that was watching from afar like, dang, pick me. Oh, I can help out with that.
See, bro.
No, man.
That's not what I'm talking about because, like.
But bro, that's what I'm talking about. Can you appreciate me?
Yeah, definitely.
But see,
definitely,
but don't tell me no. Just say, yeah, bro, I get that.
I do get that. I definitely literally said, yeah, I understand where you coming with that. I was talking about like, I don't want people to mix humble up with inferior. See, like when people be using the word like humble, they sometimes in like you when you feel that, like when I said when you said the word, niggas cringed up. You know what I'm saying? It's not a word like for that. Me personally, on how I see it, because and I would never tell you to, bro, be humble because I don't know what that does to you right now.
This shit sounds so fucking good, bro. Yo, Twan got the best fucking sound system, y'all. Like, I feel like this is kind of like the speakers I feel like that's gonna be in heaven. Like this God sound system, bro.
I mean, that joint got just enough reverb.
Twan, it's the crisp, boy. My voice ain't never sound like butter, baby.
Yeah.
But I honestly, y'all, Twan and I pretty much I agree with him to an extent. I'm just big on how words and how they resonate. And I just feel like a lot of the cats we hear that use the word humble, I think it's like a cliche thing.
It's PCSD.
It's just like politically correct. Okay, you're an artist. Come up and do your hands like this and say, I'm just so humbled by.
The thing about it, I disagree with that.
My thing is
that
I'll
okay?
take-
We gotta hear me.
the purple juice wearing off, man. 'Cause guys don't work me up, man. Listen, I agree with both sides, man. I agree with both sides, but I'm also gonna say it's hard to be humble in a game full of unhumble ass niggas. Man.
But see, bro, like I wish, like,
And I'm saying that
go
with the
for it.
utmost. And why I say that is because I see it from both sides. Now, me personally, I agree. I agree with B, man. I don't never say I'm humble. Now, I done had people come to me and say, man, you a humble young man, and I say thank you, but you don't never hear the word
Exactly.
I'm humble come out of my
Exactly.
mouth. But I mean, it's not a sense of arrogance or nothing like that. Because I know people take, but that nigga ain't humble, so
Yeah,
he arrogant or he, you know what I'm saying? But that's never the case. And then like
Yeah.
with this whole game that we in, bro, you gotta be that. Yo, I know I'm dope. Because,
but what we were talking about just then was like self-value.
yeah,
I don't think self-value has nothing to do with humility, because like you knowing what you're worth don't have nothing to do with you being humble, because like when you get to like I was saying, when you get to a place of learning, bro, that is a place of submission. Someone has to teach you something.
yeah.
Like if you're not humble enough for someone to teach you something,
If you're not
you
teachable, ain't
stuck
nobody gonna
where you at.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna want to.
And like I was saying, like, okay, you're dope. I can't do nothing with you. like, like I mean, not
And
not
that's
to you,
crazy.
but like I'm just
They'll
saying,
do
like
that.
to a person, like okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying for us to all come together to do something. If you're not humble enough to work with people at your same caliber, you can't do it. You saw that you I had to work up to that. Like you just can't do it. The engine's not gonna work because like what can we pour into you? And if can't nobody pour nothing into you, we're not gonna be like willing to do it for real. You know.
Yeah, but I get.
But I also think you're definitely supposed to be tenacious at the stuff that you're doing. You know what I mean? Oh man. Nah, because I definitely don't want you to think that I was like arguing with your point.
No, that's what I was telling. Remember, I was telling you, bro. That's what I was saying earlier. This is why you. This is why I'm a big. This is why English is everything for me. I do very well in English because I understand nuance and I understand how interpretation and framework. The way you just framed that when I was hearing it in the bathroom, it made sense. Literally, what you said was this idea of humble is when I'm around greatness, I am humble because I know there's something that they can pour into me to bring me up. So when I see humble in that regard, it makes sense. But if but see, here's another way or another context. If I'm in a room with some dope people, I'm in this room because I'm dope with y'all.
Yeah.
This nigga who invited us invited the dope niggas. So when I show up in that room, oh, I'm appreciative to being here with y'all. But bitch, if it's a dick slinging contest, you know.
Bro, see that's what I was talking about. Like people silently redefine things. Like that's not being humble. That's being inferior. Like you're not superior to me. You know what I mean? And that was my problem for real, when it came to dealing with people because they wanted me to treat them as if they were superior. Like, bro, I've been around dope people my whole life, bro. Even if you are way better than me, you're not superior. Cause like I can at one day grow way and surpass you. And we're supposed to have like a lineage where we connect. But some people they're trying to hold a spot for too long. You know what I mean? And not even that. There's some people who trying to take people's spots. You're not supposed to try to take your king's spot, bro. You're supposed to like be the next king. You know what I'm saying? Why can't you be the next king? Or if you're that dope, why can't you create your own kingdom? Like my nigga, go out there and go take over a land. Like since you want to be king so bad, like don't try to be president over a kingdom. So many cats is trying to be president over a kingdom. If you want to be a kingdom so bad, bro, go out there and grab some land, attain that junk, and like make that yours and make it dope. Don't use the backs of everybody else since you're so dope. Since you're so dope, don't use the backs of nobody else. Don't use nothing else that you don't learn from nobody. Just pull everything out the dirt.
Yeah.
Just pull everything out the dirt. You so bad. And like I had to learn that like I was cool when I was doing that because I swear to God, I made sure that my stuff sounded like nobody else. I made sure I was so different. I didn't become better until I started doing like making sure like when I went to, I ain't gonna lie, Norfolk State got me as far as practicing, but as far as learning from somebody else, like their musical style, I had to like literally look at those notes and play someone else's style of how they played that joint. It don't matter who I am as a musician now because like now my job isn't to show how dope I am. My job is now to perform this record
And get it done
and
like
to
the records.
get it done like the record so that those people can hear what they're trying to hear. Sammy Davis Jr. ain't here, but like what will people do to find someone who can on earth give them their Sammy Davis Jr. experience? Like, why can't we learn to be that also? Because we have to show homage to the people that we've been listening to all of these years, been creating our musical library and all of that stuff. And then we be like, yo, this is who I am. Ain't nothing else here but me. You know what I'm saying? I can dare say that because I know that I sat down on an organ, bro, holding a fan for somebody while he playing the organ just so I could see what their hands was doing. I still don't have a recollection of what he did, but I remember what it felt like. I remember how people perceived him. And that's why I ended up the way how I am is because I grew up under some humble musicians. All right, y'all, let's do some fun. We can keep talking about this right
Man,
here. I want to do some fun
as y'all
stuff.
can see, Twan and bullied us because we in this nigga crib. Nah, he right though.
No, we can keep going. I was just saying that
But that's why I
was
said-
the segue if you wanted to go
But
there.
remember I said, bro, and this is why I said whenever we started the conversation, there is no wrong way. People have to identify and people have to position themselves in a way that serves them best. And the way that serves me is I am not, and I do not, and I will not, lest the Lord says otherwise. What's God, says otherwise. I do not identify as humble. There's no need to. I appreciate everything, man, because I know I'm not self-made. None of us are. There are things that I learned, that are people that are poured into me along the way that have brought me to this space, and I'm appreciative of those people. I'm grateful for the things that God has trusted me with, these gifts, the things that He's given me, and I am grateful. But I do not say the word humble. I don't have a need to, and if you team Brian, I don't want you to say humble either. If you're team Shep, you are humble.
No, I mean that's not necessarily so, bro. Because like what I'm telling you is my folks tell me that I'm too humble. Like everybody that I'm around, they tell me that I'm too humble, and I understand like where they're coming from, and in some context, like yes, and I'm working on that, and like I never told you because like I don't know where you are in your path.
Yeah.
So like if God is just pouring confidence in you so that you can surpass people who are trying to hold you down, bro, do your thing.
No.
That's where you at.
It's not. I wouldn't even frame it that way. It's not so I can surpass anybody or ideas of me. I made this post on Facebook the other day.
Okay.
Confidence is necessary for this life. You cannot get through this life without confidence.
Bingo.
One of the things I pour into my son, I don't play when it comes to my son's confidence. Because when you break that, he got to go out here and face the world.
The whole world.
And I'm not going to always be with him. So I'm pouring confidence into him now as I find my own. Confidence is everything. And one of the things I'm unpacking is this idea of being humble. I'm not motherfucking humble. I'm confident. I know and guess what? I'm confident in my limitations. You know what? There's some things I have to work at. I'm still working at some things. Vocally, life, there's so many things that I'm working on, but as it stands, as here in this moment, I'm confident in where I'm at.
I'm blessed.
Oh, I'm blessed. Bro, but I'm confident enough to be humble though.
I can say I'm blessed.
See how Twan got to do? Twan got to. I'm gonna give me some more.
No, I'm just saying, bro, because like I ain't gonna say that like my joint ain't how it is and that it's not good and it's all of that. But like we just have different definition of it because like the way how you say it, I understand it completely. It's just that we just have a different language and like you say, the way how you say things is very important. So if that's how you have to communicate yourself, that's the same thing with religion, bro. I used to argue with folks, but if God is telling you something and you understand it that way, bro, go for it the way He's telling you. He probably going to tell you that way. Because like people thought I was crazy when God told me to stop doing gospel music full time. Like they thought I was foolish, man. They thought I was crazy. And like I never did, and I intentionally made sure I never did anything else but gospel music. But then when I saw that I was able to spit the same stuff, I'm speaking, I wouldn't say church stuff, but I'm speaking like spirituality with folks in the way that I learned it through like church structures and stuff like that, with folks that won't go there. Not talking about you in particular, but like when I'm in the studios, when I'm in these different sessions, when I'm playing on these different gigs, there's just like a certain level of something that I'm going to carry. And like the way how I carry it doesn't mean that you're going to have to carry it because you don't have the same convictions that I have. And you're not supposed to because you have your own path. Yep. All I'm doing is exposing you to my path, bro. We're talking about 4 different paths, or 3 for the people that can see. We're talking about 3 different paths that's going somewhere. I can't tell you how to, the same thing I was saying, I can't tell you how to walk yours.
There's
like,
no wrong way, bro. There's no wrong way, dog.
And if I'm gleaning some stuff from you, like the confidence that you have, I literally still have to work on that. So I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. I'm just saying that's not how I carry it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
I feel
saying?
you.
And like, I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We're literally saying the same thing
Same
differently.
thing. Yeah.
Like I don't. When you were saying I was disagreeing with you, I don't disagree with
Oh,
you.
bro, that's all jokes,
I
man.
just, no. I'm just saying, because you were talking about language. I just want you to understand that I do not disagree with you, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to think that I also don't understand and think something else also.
Yeah, I agree, man.
And bro,
It is
you
what it is,
said
fam.
you said something about confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at two totally different kinds of confidence.
Yeah.
See, bro, the kind of confidence he gonna tell you, nigga, I know I'm dope.
Hey,
Nigga tell
hey,
you.
B, I'm the
But
nigga
see,
that dropped the mic and say,
yeah,
"Sets of chocolate" after the
I'm,
performance.
yeah, that's him. See, I'm the
But see,
kind of nigga when a nigga say, "Dog, you really are dope." I'm like, man, I'm blessed. This is another definition of me saying, "Nigga, I know I'm dope," but I ain't gonna say it flat out like my man.
Me personally, I'm just the person. I don't really got to or want to tell you anything. I show up and I do what I do.
And you let it be known.
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
bro,
Like
already know.
I don't have. And then that's what I was talking about as far as being humble, because like I don't need the confirmation from like a person. Like the people, I'm not gonna say that there's no people on earth. Like my family, like as long as they accept me as being one of the cats that do music, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
Can I
don't
say
need
this?
no.
Can I say this, King? I'm sorry, not to be rude.
You got it.
Because I'm old. The reason there's always something that fuels how we show up. I show up this way because there's an experience that fueled this, fam. I remember looking for it outside of me. It has always been in me. So I was looking around everywhere for it, man. And I say this, I assert myself this way this day because I know it's gonna be somebody who see my brother, the championship platform, and they're gonna say, "Dang, I needed that." Where the camera at? Hey, you look at me. Everything you need is in you. Everything you need is all, yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. Everything, people watching the championship, this platform, this is an amazing platform. Man, big ups to my brother Twan, but everything you need, dog, is already in you. Don't look outside of yourself. There's gonna be some people that are assigned to you that are gonna help propel you forward. But for the most part, everything you need is in you. Don't look outside of you. The great I am has positioned you in such a way that you got what you need, dog. And the reason I think people should hear that, this confidence conversation, is because I'm telling you, the world is a harsh place. It's harsh out here, dog. And so you got it. That's why, like I was telling them, with my son, I make sure my son has his confidence. His confidence is foundational. It's a fundamental for this life. So he's got to have that. Do you know when we send our kids to pre-K, they about to be met with some other energies that I don't control. So I got to put that in his ass now. I say, son, you handsome. Come here. You look good, boy.
You supposed to. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't believe, like, confidence and humility is two totally different things. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not going to try to change how you think about it. Like, we're all, like I said, we're all in our paths. We all are fueled by different things. We've all had different like experience, and we all say things differently. So like, I totally agree with you. What you're doing within that aspect is right. I'm just saying, for me and for my house and how I serve it, it's just it's just like, you know what I mean. I just think that like in certain areas, not for long, but like we're all gonna be coming into this studious moment, and like you have to be humble in order to learn, but you should also carry all of the things. I think the stuff that you're talking about is the foundation on how to walk it. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be you when you walk in the room. So the stuff you're talking about, that's elementary, but we've been broken down as people for so long to not think like that. But if you come as a whole package already, not having to prove anything, not having to tell, like just being that, you don't have to be an heir of something. Just show up as the thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, bro, we saying the same things, but like in a different way, and it's different though. Like I guess when I said that, it's different too. Cause it's like something added.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Like I said, once you framed it, man, I get it, dog. And you know, even even after getting it, I'm still not humble.
And like I
it-
said, I'm never going to try to change you, bro, because maybe that's not what you're supposed to be at right now, and I don't want no different than that, because then we won't get you when you show up on the stage, bro.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's when I see you. If that means if you're not that, bro, then I'm probably not as apt to be so hyped to show up. Because I'm like, yo, this nigga Brian about to go crazy, bro. He about to, hey, yo, y'all, everybody, I'm dope. Y'all need to listen to me. I'm about to sing and it's gonna sound real good.
No,
and
see, that ain't even it. See how niggas, smear campaign? All right, that's what's
That's
up.
a
Said,
smear,
I'm
bro.
finna sing and it sound real good.
I thought compared to like what you were just telling us, that's what you want us to say about you. You said that you want people to know that, like, yo, I'm the dopest out this joint, and I want y'all to be appreciative that I came out here to breathe in your air. So since I'm breathing, listen to what I gotta say
Tell
real
you
quick,
something.
and it's gonna sound real
What
good
I'm
because I
finna
know
say-
it's real
what
good.
I'm finna sing is finna be real dope.
But see, the thing
But I'm
about
gonna
it,
tell you something else. I'm an artist.
he's
and I'm
very
sensitive
fortunate
about
because
my shit.
when he does it, he does well. You know what I'm saying? But like the thing about it, if you create that jank and you're not able to produce that thing that you done told everybody you so dope at, you better be humble that day. Like,
No, but the thing
that
is,
boy-
honestly, bro,
show up.
I'm very sure of where my skill sets. I know what God has anointed me to do, and where my skill set, where I'm good at. Whatever I do, you better bet I can deliver on it. And I'll say this. I almost said humbly. I almost threw up saying that word.
That almost
God has
slipped out.
positioned me in such a way where my skill set provides for me, and I'll leave it at that.